Welcome to the Contenders. I'm your host, Peg Young. How was your first week of November? November is a very strange month, falling between fall and winter. And the cold temperatures and the gloomy weather can leave you kind of feeling a little bit blue. But we here can relieve your blue mood because the passion for victory on our stage will energize you. Let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. Welcome. We have the Alpha Plus team, Wes Leisinger and Bob Smith. So Alpha Plus is?
It's based off of Aldous Huxley's book, A Brave New World, when a group of people are broken down into different categories, and Alpha Plus is the one we chose.
And we all want to be in Alpha Plus group, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Good to have you on our show. Good luck to you today. Going against Alpha Plus, we have ZD and me, Zodan, and Michael Birchie. Yes. And ZD and me is?
It stands for my wife's initials, Jodan, ZD, and for me, we wanted to use the name Michael for my first name and Jodan, have Michael Jodan, but it was too long.
That would have been fun. It's good to have you, ZD and me, on our show. Good luck to both you, ZD and me, and Alpha Plus today. And now we'll move on to our multiple choice questions, and we'll begin with your choice, Alpha Plus, of Q, U, I, or Z.
We'll take U.
Going with question set U, number 1. Of the following, which couple is different from the others? 1. Romeo and Juliet. 2. Pocahontas and John Smith. 3. Tom and Jerry. 4. Antony and Cleopatra.
We'll take number 3.
Yeah. Rivals versus lovers. And we go to question 2. Of the following, which is the name of one of the 3 weapons used in the sport of fencing? 1. Gun. 2. Sword. 3. Epee. 4. Stick.
That'll be number 3, Epee.
Yes. We go to question 3. Of the following, who is not an American author? 1. Sir Walter Scott. 2. Herman Melville. 3. Jack London. 4. John Steinbeck.
That'll be number 1.
Sir Walter Scott. The Sir may have helped you out a bit. Sir Walter Scott is a Scottish man. And Alpha Plus, you have yet to use chance. We go to question 4. Last month, the World Economy Forum recognized this country as the most competitive country in the world. Of the following, what is this country home to Nokia Corporation? 1. Sweden. 2. Norway. 3. Netherlands. 4. Finland.
Number 4.
Yes, it is Finland. Go to question 5. Of the following, what is the name of the CEO who was recently named the world's most powerful businesswoman by Fortune magazine? 1. Carly Fiorina. 2. Meg Whitman. 3. Andrea Jung. 4. Oprah Winfrey.
I would take the chance.
All right, we will remove 2 of the incorrect choices. And Alpha Plus, your choice.
We'll go with number 2.
And it was the correct choice. Meg Whitman heads eBay. Fiorina heads HP, and Andrea Jung, Avon Products, and Oprah Winfrey, you know from her show,
right.
Oprah Winfrey Show. And you've used chance. We go to question 6. Of the following, if Hermes is associated with Mercury, Aphrodite with Venus, Ares with Mars, Zeus with Jupiter, and Cronus with Saturn, then what is Poseidon associated with? 1. Earth. 2. Pluto. 3. Uranus. 4. Neptune.
Number 4, Neptune.
Yes. And now, let me tell you again, we have 50 bonus points for you if you get 10 of them correct, so we're on number 7. On October 3rd, actress Janet Leigh, best known for her role in this 1960 classic thriller, died at the age of 77. what is this film's title? 1. Psycho. 2. The Birds. 3. Carrie. 4. The Exorcist.
Number 1, Psycho.
Did you enjoy the film?
I did. A little scary, though.
We go to question 8. Of the following, what is the official language of Egypt? 1. English. 2. Egyptian. 3. Arabic. 4. Afrikaans.
Yeah. Number 3, Arabic.
You are correct. Now we go to question 9. Which of the following words pertains to a branch of medical science concerned with the structure and diseases of muscles? 1. Myology. 2. Logistics. 3. Orthography. 4. Orology.
Number 1, myology.
Yes. The study of structure and diseases of muscles. And if you get this last one, we'll give you 50 bonus points. Alpha Plus, we go to question 10. Of the following, who invented the compact disc? 1. Stanley Mason. 2. James Wright. 3. James T. Russell. 4. Garnett Carter.
Number 2, James Wright.
Actually, it is James who got that right, but T. Russell, who invented the compact disc. You have 90 points on the board. And now, ZD and me, Alpha Plus has left you Q, I, and Z sets. Which will you have?
I think we have to take Z.
Question set Z, number 1. Of the following, which event is not held every 4 years? 1. Olympic Games. 2. World Cup Games. 3. Biennale. 4. Asian Games.
Number 3.
The word kind of gave it away. Biennial. And ZD and me, we go to question 2. Of the following, which sport is usually played with a white ball? 1. Basketball. 2. Soccer. 3. Bowling. 4. Baseball.
Number 4. Baseball.
And we go to question 3. According to foreign news, moviegoers pick this actor as the best gangster of all time. Of the following, what is the name of this actor who starred in the movie Godfather as Don Corleone? 1. Marlon Brando. 2. Michael Douglas. 3. Kevin Costner. 4. Sean Connery.
That would be number 1. Brando.
Yes. Did you like him in the role as well?
I didn't see the Godfather movies.
Really?
I'm the one person on the planet.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I like it.
You never even caught it, like, on
Just
cable channels?
when he died, I caught glimpses of the movie that they showed, but no, I never saw the movie.
Oh. We go to question 4. A high-speed train service recently celebrated its 40th birthday. Of the following, what is the name of this high-speed train system, opened in 1964, together with the Tokyo Summer Olympics? 1. KTX. 2. Mistral. 3. Gold Line. 4. Shinkansen.
Sure. Number 4.
Yes. KTX is the line we have in Korea. We move on to question 5. Of the following, which drink got its name due to its similarity in color with the light brown robe of monks? 1. Cocoa. 2. Coca-Cola. 3. Cappuccino. 4. Advocat.
Number 3. Cappuccino.
Yes, of the Capuchin monks. And we move on to question 6. Which of the following books was not written by Hans Christian Andersen? 1. Thumbelina. 2. The Emperor's New Clothes. 3. The Ugly Duckling. 4. The Snow Goose.
Chance.
All right, we will remove 2 of the incorrect choices. And ZD and me, we need your answer now.
4. The Snow Goose.
Yes, Paul Paul Gallico wrote The Snow Goose. Anderson wrote The Snow Queen. And ZD and me, we go to question 7. Which of the following countries is not noted for its hot springs known as geysers that periodically erupt? 1. Ghana. 2. New Zealand. 3. Iceland. 4. USA.
Number 1.
Yes. Question 8. Of the following, how many Bond movies featured Roger Moore as James Bond? 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 7.
You can take this one because I have no idea. Just pick whatever you think, because I have no idea. Number 1.
ZD and me, we need
Number
your answer.
1. Number 1, 2.
Actually, 7. He starred in Live and Let Die, The Man with a Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, and A View to Kill. Now, ZD and me, you have 70 points on the board. Alpha, you are in the lead with 90 points. And now we will move on to our password categories. We give you 100 seconds to go through a list of 20 words in a pre-chosen category. Please do not use words or phrases that we give you on the board unless it is in parentheses or they are in parentheses. Alpha, it is your turn first. And your category is tennis. Are you ready? Go.
It's what you hit the ball with.
Racket.
It's when you have no points. 40.
Love.
It's people sitting around in the stadium. Pass. It's when you cannot get the ball over the net twice.
Double fault.
It's the man who sits in the chair.
Umpire.
Another name for him.
Line umpire. Line judge. Judge.
Like in American football.
Referee.
This one sits on the demarcation point.
Line judge. Line referee. Line
Also in
umpire.
American,
Line umpire.
Also in American football. Pass. It's a shot that goes from caddy corner.
Cross court.
Pass. Pass. Formula One, racing, races. Also,
Pass.
Korean Olympic tennis star, male.
Lee. I don't remember Lee. I don't remember his name.
Hard pass. American, starts with an A. Long hair. It's the governing body, world governing body.
National Tennis Federation or International Tennis Federation.
What you were in college or in high school for sports, the band.
Some major.
Lee Hyung-taek was the name, or Lee Hyung-taek.
Couldn't remember.
Yeah, we had some tough words in there for you to describe. You end the section with 150 points. Now, ZD and me, it is your turn. Your category is kings and queens. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
What they wear in their head. C.
Crown.
What all of them are. M.
Monarchs.
A little longer.
Monarchy.
Your favorite movie set in New Zealand.
Lord of the Rings.
Dead American lady.
Pass.
The leader of France. Always puts his hand in here like this. Okay, pass. Korean man.
King Sejong.
Pass. The one in the movie. A.
Arthur. King Arthur.
Egyptian woman. C.
Cleopatra.
Pass. The Chinese, Mongolia.
Genghis
starts
Khan.
with- Okay, you got it. Yeah. Pass. Egyptian starts with R. No, pass. Louis XIV was known as the. Starts with S.
Sun. The king of the sun.
Current king. Yeah.
Pass.
The first emperor, China.
This Huang.
Okay, pass. Movie.
The movie Hero was made about him, Qin Shi Huang Ti, or how would you pronounce it?
Qin Shi Huang.
Yes.
I think I get the wrong clue for that.
And well, we didn't get through to Ramses or The King and I, the movie, but ZD and me, you end up with the lead, 160 points on the board. And now let's welcome Mr. David Huang onto our stage.
Hey, Eun-young.
Hey,
You look very sharp and businesslike today.
thank you.
Okay, and no comment from me? You don't like my tie on the outside look?
I like the tie.
I think it's gonna catch on soon. Maybe not. But anyways, though, guys, welcome to our contender stage. I hope you guys are looking to have a lot of good times here. Win or lose, I think that's what the Contenders is about. This next section is a round of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer. Now, if that team gets that question wrong, that chance will be given to the other team. Now, if neither of you guys can figure it out, we're gonna help you guys out with the help of a spelling hint that will show up on your screen. There's 15 questions in all, 30 points per question, and 5 seconds to answer each one. And it looks like each point is going to count because it's a very close game.
That's right. Now let's have question number 1.
All right, question number 1 is about organizations. The European Union said it would appeal against a ruling that claims its sugar subsidies have breached this organization's rules. The organization found upholding complaints against the EU in August from Brazil, Australia, and Thailand. Once a threatened organization, it is the successor to the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade.
Alpha Plus.
NAFTA?
ZD and me, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
What is this international organization?
ZD and me, 5 seconds. ZD and me.
WTO.
Yes, it is the World Trade Organization. A replacement of the GATT. We'll go to question 2.
All right, question number 2 is about terms. A research team led by Dr. Ok Min-ho from Pasteur University in France discovered that a substance called polyphenol contained in red wine helps prevent heart diseases or helps in preventing heart diseases. The finding partially explained this puzzling health phenomenon prevalent in French people. What is this term for the phenomenon?
Let's take a look at the hint. Alpha Plus.
High cholesterol?
ZD and me, 5 seconds. ZD and me.
Wine disease.
Let's take a look at the hint. And we're talking about it's a strange phenomenon because the French have a diet that seems to show that French people should have a high amount of heart disease. However, polyphenol or ingestion of polyphenol through wine, ZD and me.
French paradox.
Yes, it is the French paradox. And question 3.
All right, question number 3. It's about animals. Scientists believe that this group of animals is facing an unprecedented onslaught of environmental threats. They say that as many as 122 species may have become extinct since 1980, and a third of the species currently faces oblivion. They include the frogs and toads, salamanders and newts, and caecilians. What is this class?
Alpha Plus.
Amphibians.
It's still a very close game. Alpha Plus, you are at 180. ZD and me still in the lead with 220 points. Since every question is worth 30 points, it's very close. Let's move on to our next question.
All right, our next question, number 4, it's about sports. On October 5th, this 39-year-old 7-time All-Star and 6-time world champion announced his retirement from professional basketball. He spent 12 seasons in Chicago and helped...
Alpha Plus.
Scottie Pippen.
And was named one of the top players in the NBA at one time. Alpha Plus, you've closed in, just 10 points behind ZD and me's lead. We go to question 5.
By the way, I know that if you're a basketball fan, you know, or even if you're not, you know Michael Jordan or Michael Zudan, right? But anyways, though, if you think of Michael Jordan, you have to think of Scottie Pippen, because without him, there would be really no Michael Jordan. So I want to give the kudos to Scottie Pippen at this time. Great player. Anyway, if we may move on to question number 5. All right, it's about writers. This writer, whose upright posture deep into old age impressed many of his contemporaries. However, it was recently discovered that he suffered from acute backache for more than 40 years. The discovery was made by a German anthropologist named Herbert Ulrich. This famous German writer is the author of Faust and The Sorrows of Young Werther. Who is this?
ZD and me.
Hesse?
Alpha Plus, 5 seconds. Name the German writers you know. Let's look at the hint. Faust and the Sorrows of Alpha Plus.
Goethe or Goethe?
Yes, good. And Alpha, with that, you have taken the lead. 240 versus ZD and me's 220. Let's see what happens with our next question.
All right, number 6. It's about the military. Pope John Paul II has marked his 26th year as head of the Roman Catholic Church by attending a concert given by a Russian choir named this. Unthinkable before the fall of the Soviet Union, the event staged in the Vatican's General Audience Hall was televised live in Italy and in Russia. It is the former Soviet army created by the communist government after the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917. What is this?
Let's take a look at the hint. Soviet Army. ZD and me.
The Red Army?
The lead is once again with the ZD and me team. Let's go to 7.
All right, tight race. Number 7, it's about health. Researchers say that a drug given to pregnant women to combat this disease can significantly lower their child's IQ. They found that children of mothers who took sodium valproate were more likely to have lower IQs. It is a chronic neurological disorder characterized by sudden and recurrent...
Alpha Plus.
Tourette syndrome?
ZD and me, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Yes, I will. Recurrent seizures, which are caused by excessive signaling of nerve cells in the brain. What is this disease?
ZD and me, 5 seconds. ZD and me.
Epilepsy?
Yes, it is epilepsy. Let's go to question 8.
All right, question number 8. It's about music. Michael Jackson has asked TV stations to stop playing this musician's new music video, which ridicules the pop legend.
Alpha Plus.
Eminem.
Yes. What did you think about the request?
I don't think he has much ground to stand on.
Well, yeah, makes things interesting though. Alpha Plus, you're at 270. ZD and me, 280. Let's see what happens with our next question.
All right, question number 9. It's about countries. The Throne Council of this country said that the former dancer and diplomat, Prince Nord...
ZD and me.
Cambodia?
Yes. He takes over for his ailing father, Norodom Sihanouk. And the capital is Phnom Penh. And we go to our next question.
Question number 10. It's about entertainment. David Helfgott, the real-life pianist in this movie, visited Korea last month for a performance in Seoul. His life story of falling in love with an older woman who sacrifices and devotes her entire life for him was made into a movie in 1996. This movie by Scott Hicks touched moviegoers of all ages. What is this film's title?
We've had cafes in Korea. Name this. Let's take a look at the hint. ZD and me.
A slide?
Day. Alpha Plus.
Shine.
Yes. And Alpha Plus, you're trailing by 10 points now. We go to question 11.
Question number 11, it's about economies. The 1999 Nobel laureate for economy, Professor Robert Mundell, recently made a visit to Korea. During his stay, he asserted his views on this particular issue in the Korean economy, which drew everybody's attention. This term pertains to the process of changing the currency value on a financial...
ZD and me.
A devaluation?
Alpha Plus, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Value on a financial security. What is this term?
Alpha Plus, 5 seconds. Let's take a look at the hint. ZD and me.
Oh, sorry.
Alpha Plus, 5 seconds. It is redenomination. A great example is the euro, which took place in the European Union.
I know what you guys were thinking. Can I buy a vowel? A lot of blanks in there.
We go to our next question.
All right, our next question is question number 12, and it's about person. Last month, this person met Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi on a historic visit which is described by officials in Berlin as a new start in relations. His trip to Tripoli came 2 weeks after Libya paid the first installment of compensation for non-US victims of the 1986 Berlin disco bombing. Who is this German chancellor?
ZD and me.
Gerhard Schrader?
Yes. And ZD and me, you are inching ahead. We go to question 13.
All right, 3 questions left, guys. Tight race. Question number 13 is about fruit. This fruit may be an effective treatment for the herpes virus, researchers claim. The fruit is known to be effective in treating bladder conditions. Its plant, also known as lingonberry or partridge berry, already produces...
ZD and me.
Cranberry?
Yes, it is the cranberry. And we have it with turkey on Thanksgiving.
Yummy, yummy. Can't have my turkey without the cranberry sauce. I don't know about you guys, but...
All right, we go to 14 now.
All right, question number 14. It's about issue. Mexican writers and artists have joined a campaign to stop this U.S. retailer from opening a store near the famous ruins of Tenochtitlan. They said...
ZD and me.
Walmart?
Yes. Saying that it is for Mexicans the greatest cultural heritage. It might be a bit disturbing to have a Walmart right next to a very historical monument. And we have our last question.
Yes, very obnoxious. Question number 15, in my opinion. Question number 15 is about science, and here we go. U.S. researchers believe that this substance deep in the ear is a key factor for normal hearing and could be used to help develop treatments for deafness. It is a complex organic compound with high molecular weight that consists of amino acids joined by peptide bonds. What is this highly complex substance that is present in all living organisms?
Let's take a look at the hint. Not a carbohydrate, but Alpha Plus.
Protein.
Great last answer, but ZD and me, you win, and you get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. Now, this was a very close match. Alpha Team, I know you have some disappointed supporters, but you can comfort them now. What would you like to say?
I just want to say hi to all of our boys back at Liechtenstein, and Mama the dog is our mascot. Say hi to her too, and then I'd like to also say hi to my girlfriend Yumi.
And?
You said it all.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us today. And ZD and me, we'll be right back with you and the ID team. let's welcome back the ID team. Great to have you back, Duncan Smith and Ian Whittington. So how's your week?
It was lovely. Perfect.
All right, this is your attempt at win number 2 in a row. It's great to see you guys back here, ID team. Good luck to you and the ZD and me team. Let's get on with our final section. And in our final session, we'll give you 5 categories of questions, ranked in difficulty 10 to 50 points. And if you get the first question correct, you get to choose the next question. What are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are in November, solar system, famous lovers, country names, and genius.
And I'll choose in November 10 points. On November 1st, 1512, the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel was opened to the public. ID.
Michelangelo?
Yes, it is Michelangelo's painting. The chapel, actually, the Sistine Chapel, is built to the exact dimensions of the Temple of Solomon, which is also interesting. And Michelangelo had a great influence on Western art. And ID, you get to choose.
I'll go in November for 20.
In November, 20 points. Adolphe Sax was born on November 6, 1814. He was a Belgian musical prodigy who could also drill perfect holes on a clarinet at age 6. ZD and me.
The saxophone?
Yes, it is the saxophone that he invented, and he was demonstrating the instrument bearing his name. He later made invaluable contributions to jazz music, and obviously, you know why. And ZD and me, you have the lead, and you get to choose.
Let's go to solar system for 10.
Solar system for 10 points.
This person knew the astronomical view of the Greek mathematician named Aristarchus, who believed that the motions of the heavenly bodies could easily be understood through an assumption. He assumed that all the planets, including Earth, revolved around the sun.
ZD and me.
Copernicus.
Yes. Polish astronomer who proposed that the planets have the sun as the fixed point to which their motions are to be referred. And it is also, his system is also called the heliocentric, or the sun-centered system. And ZD and me, you get to choose.
Same category, 20.
Solar system for 20 points.
The rings of this planet are not solid, flat disks as...
ID.
Saturn?
Yes. They're made of tiny, billions of tiny particles, probably ice-coated rocks, and it is the second largest of the planets in mass and size. Its dimensions are almost equal to those of Jupiter, while its mass is about 3 times smaller. And ID, you have tied the score at 30 points. You get to choose.
Let's do in November for 30.
In November, 30 points. In 1820, as both rugby and soccer were being developed in England, American colleges began playing their own game. ZD and me.
American football?
Yes. By the 1870s, the first intercollegiate association of this game was established, and it's a body contact 11-man team sport played with, or woman team sport played with an oval ball on a rectangular field with goalposts at each end. Are you a big football player?
Big football player?
Yes. Like, are you into it?
Not really.
Do you watch?
Very rarely.
Oh, okay. Are you? Not really?
Not too much. No, not American.
Huge.
Yes,
Humongous.
we know, David.
Humongous. So
Thank
go
you.
Eagles, go Trojans.
All right. And ZD and me, you get to choose.
Country names, 10.
Country names, 10 points.
The name of the country, Argentina, is from the Latin word...
ID.
Silver.
Yes. It's from the Latin word meaning, or argentum, meaning silver, and Argentina meaning the land of silver. It is a white lustrous metal valued. And ID, you are trailing by 20 points, and you get to choose.
So many to choose from. Let's go with country names for 20.
Country names, 20 points.
The name of Japan, Ribenguao in Chinese, or this origin country, or land of the rising, this, indicates Japan.
ID.
Some?
Yes. So Ribengo was simplified to Nippengu or Nihongu, and the name was simplified further until it became Nihon or Nippon. And the flag of Japan signifies the sun with a red circle. And ID and ZD and me, you are tied at 60 points. You get to choose ID.
Can we take country names for 30 points?
Surely, country names, 30 points.
This country's name is from Arabic, meaning two seas. Exactly which seas are being referred to is still an issue of debate. It is located in a bay formed by the Arabian mainland and the peninsula of Qatar. Some believe that the two seas are the waters of the bay on either side of the island. Others believe that the reference is to its position as an island in the Persian Gulf, separated by two seas from the Arabian coast to the south and Iran to the north. What is this?
ZD and me.
Malta?
ID, 5 seconds. ID?
Dubai?
Now, it is the borderless country in the Persian Gulf. Yet another claim is that the first sea is the one around this, and the second sea is the abundant natural spring waters under the island itself. And Iran on the north. ID.
Zanzibar?
ZD and me, 5 seconds. ZD and me.
Crete?
Bahrain is what we were going for. And, well, you're tied, and we'll go with famous lovers for 10 points. Some might consider Helen of Troy the most unfortunate among lovers. Of the following, what was the name of Helen of Troy's true love? ID.
Paris?
Yes. I was going to give you choices and make this easier on you, but I'm glad you knew right off the bat. You've got the lead ID and you get to choose.
We'll go famous lovers for 20.
Famous lovers, 20 points. This couple is perhaps the most famous pair of star-crossed lovers in ID.
Romeo and Juliet?
ZD and me, it is your chance to answer and I will finish the question. Star-crossed lovers in all of film. Lines such as, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. I don't know nothing about birth and no babies. After all, tomorrow is another day, are all well known from this movie. This is a love story between Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler during the Civil War in the U.S. What is the title? ZD and me.
Gone with the Wind.
Yes. And ZD and me, did you have a favorite line from the movie, Gone with the Wind?
Yeah, the last one.
After all, tomorrow is another day?
Oh no, the earlier one, but you told us not to swear.
Okay. Yes. ZD and me, you're in the lead now. You get to choose.
Let's go with In November, 40.
In November, 40 points. On November 1st, 1611, this William Shakespeare comedy was staged for the first time. ID.
Midsummer Night's Dream?
ZD and me, it is your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. The play features spirit, sorcery, and a character named Prospero. This was one of 2 November 1st opening nights for Shakespeare's plays. Othello opened on November 1st, 1604, and both were performed. ZD and me.
The Tempest?
Yes. Performed first at Whitehall Palace. The play opens with a storm raised by Prospero, who years earlier became the rightful Duke of Milan. And ZD and me, you're increasing your lead. You get to choose.
Let's go to Genius for 10.
Genius, 10 points.
Hello, Contenders. I'm Kim Jae-yeon from Mensa, Korea. It is really nice to see you, everyone like this. Mensa was founded in England in 1946 by Roland Barrel, a barrister, and Dr. Lance Ware, a scientist and lawyer. They had the idea of forming a society for bright people, and the only qualification for the membership was a high IQ. The original aims were, as they are today, to create a society that is non-political and free from all racial or religious distinction. Mensa Korea was established in July of 1996. Even though our history is relatively short, we are trying our best to dig out that talented people so that they can contribute their best to our society. No one can refute the influence and advancement that some of the most intellectual people had left in our history. Then, let's take a look at some of the achievements accomplished by the geniuses. For this question, you have to get both these people and blank. The story of these people and the blank is one legend that is true. He described the incident in his journal. One day, he saw the blank fall from a tree to the ground, and it made him to wonder whether the moon was...
ID.
Apple? And Isaac Newton?
Yes. And the apple never fell on his head, it's just the legend. But he was able to describe universal gravitation from this incident. And ID, you're gaining, you get to choose.
Let's finish in November for 50.
In November, 50 points. This great empire, founded in the 1300s, finally collapsed on November 1st, 1922. 600 years might seem a respectable lifespan for an empire, but ZD and me.
The Ottoman Empire?
Yes, it is the Ottoman Empire, established by the Turkish tribes in Anatolia. And ZD and me, you get to choose.
Genius, 20.
Genius, 20 points.
Ernest Rutherford is a New Zealand scientist who worked at the Cavendish Laboratory at Cambridge, England. In the 1890s, he became the first man to split these, thus establishing the new...
ZD and me.
The atom?
Yes. Eventually creating the atom bomb. It is also the smallest unit of matter that has characteristic properties of a chemical element. As such, the atom is the basic building block of chemistry. And ZD and me, you choose.
Genius again, 30.
Genius, 30 points.
Jean-François Champollion is the French linguist who decoded the hieroglyphics of these.
ID.
The stone, the
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone.
Yes, it is the Rosetta Stone. It's the dark granite slab or stone slab that provided modern researchers with translations of ancient text in Egyptian Demotic script, Greek, and Egyptian hieroglyphics. In 1822, he published the paper that made him famous. The paper titled "In Regard to the Alphabet of Phonetic Hieroglyphics" was the basis of decoding the story of the ancient Egyptians. And ID, you get to choose.
Can I go back to famous lovers for 30?
Sure, famous lovers, 30 points. These infamous crime-spreading lovers were actually ID.
Bonnie and Clyde?
Yes, Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow. They were American criminals during the Great Depression, and there was a romantic film made about them in 1967. Arthur Penn directed the film version, Bonnie and Clyde, which starred Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. And ID, you are trailing by 50 points. You get to choose.
Go famous lovers for 40.
Famous lovers, 40 points. Korean Chuseok can be considered the equivalent of Valentine's Day. According to an old Korean legend, the two lover stars, Kyonu and Jingyo, are separated by the Milky Way. As there is no bridge over the stream, they cannot meet each other. However, on the 7th night of the 7th lunar month, all the magpies and these birds on Earth fly up to heaven to form a bridge across the Milky Way so that the two lovers can meet. These are any of several types of black birds with ID.
Crows?
Yes. So the crows and magpies form the bridge for Kyonu and Jingyo to meet together. And Kyonu, the shepherd of the heavenly world, fell in love with Jingyo. However, when they got married, they became lazy, which made the emperor of heaven very angry, and he separated them from each other as punishment. ID, you are trailing now by 10 points. You get to choose.
Let's go back to solar system for 30.
Solar system, 30 points.
The tail of this celestial body generally points away from the sun.
ID.
Comet?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And recedes away from the sun as well. It is a class of small celestial objects orbiting the sun. The word comes from the Greek kometes, meaning hairy one, a description that fits the bright comets noticed by the ancients. So they thought, the tail was hairy. Interesting. And ID, you are now in the lead. You get to choose.
Let's do solar system for 40.
Solar system, 40 points.
In astronomy, Ursa Minor, also called the Little Bear, is a constellation of the northern sky, 7 of whose stars outline...
ZD and me.
The Big Dipper.
ID, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Outline the Little Dipper. This star at the end of the Little Dipper's handle roughly marks the position of the North Celestial Pole. Ursa Minor lies at about 15 hours right ascension and 80 degrees north declination. The star in the tail of the Little Bear constellation is the closest visible star to true north and thus is referred to as the North Star. What is this?
ID, 5 seconds.
Polaris?
ID.
Polaris?
Yes. And ID, you get to choose.
50 points, solar system.
All right. Closing the category, solar system, 50 points.
This lunar phenomenon is considerably rarer than the equivalent of the sun.
ID.
Eclipse?
ZD and me.
The lunar eclipse.
Let's listen on.
However, it can be seen from anywhere on the side of the Earth facing the moon. On the other hand, the equivalent solar phenomenon can only be seen from a narrow band of about 100 miles wide at the most. People in general are sure to see a far greater number of this lunar show than its solar equivalent. What is this phenomenon?
ID.
A total eclipse?
Yes. And ID, you get to choose.
Famous Lovers, 50.
Famous Lovers, 50 points. Marie and Pierre Curie were one of those rare couples who shared a great love affair. ID.
Radium?
Yes. Yes, I was going to give you polonium and have you guess radium, but you guessed radium. Yes, radium is an alkaline earth metal that is found in trace amounts in uranium ores. ID,
40 points. Country names, please.
Country names, 40 points.
This country's name means light stone. The word light pertains to its weight rather than brightness. The country was named after this dynasty that purchased and united the countries of Schellenberg and Vaduz. They were allowed by the Holy Roman Emperor
ZD and me.
Liechtenstein.
Yes. To rename the new property after its own family, it's a tiny European principality located between Switzerland and Austria, famous for winter sports resorts and tax haven. And ZD and me, you get to choose.
Country names, finish it.
Country names, closing the category, 50 points.
This country's name means land of the highlanders. The first three letters.
ZD and me.
Scotland.
ID, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
The first three letters of this country's name comes from the Proto-Indo-European root meaning white or mountain. Mountain tribes from the modern Kosovo are thought to have brought their highland antonym to the narrow coastal plain. Shikapiri, which is how they call their country, means land of the eagle. It is a country in southeastern Europe. What is this country?
ID, 5 seconds. ID.
Macedonia.
We are talking about the land of the highlanders, and it's a country in southeastern Europe. It is bordered by Montenegro to the north. ZD and me.
Bosnia.
ID, 5 seconds. ID.
Serbia.
Albania, or the Republic of Albania. And so why don't we go with genius, 40 points.
Rudolf Virchow is the German scientist who was the first to engage in this research on a scientific basis. However, he was dead set against the germ theory of disease advanced by Pasteur. Rather than being forced to admit he was wrong on this point, Virchow quit science altogether and went into politics. He practically founded the science of pathology and made important advances in anthropology, which led to the discovery of this. This is a group of many related diseases. All of these begin in cells and are caused by mutations.
ID.
Cancer?
Yes. And we've got one question left on the board. Genius, 50 points.
During World War I, this person, famous later as a theologian, musician, and medical missionary, made a living by giving organ recitals and lectures in Europe after being deported from Africa. As an enemy alien of German nationality living at his own hospital in French Gabon, he was then imprisoned in France. He was later freed in an exchange of prisoners and earned money to pay his hospital's debts through his concerts and theological lectures. He returned to Africa in 1924 and was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 19...
ZD and me.
Albert Schweitzer.
Yes, awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1952. Alsatian German theologian, philosopher, organist, and mission doctor in the Equatorial Africa, who received the prize for his efforts in behalf of the Brotherhood of Nations. And ZD and me, strong ending. However, ID, you win yet again. 2 wins in a row. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
ZD and me, it was great having you on our show. What do you want to say to your supporters?
Just thanks, and these guys have a great game, and I hope you go as far as you want to go, however many games you want to win.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Now, ID, you now have tickets to Japan. Are you satisfied?
Well, I think we're going to push our luck a little further.
All right, congratulations again. ID has won 2 in a row, and now I want to talk again about the comeback game for those of us who have been on our show but failed to win. If you're interested, you've got to log on and look at our information. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.